Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, this contest brought to you by Superior, scheduled for three 3-minute rounds in the amateur heavyweight division. Your referee in charge, Mr. Rich Mitchell.
Amateur heavyweight action here. Next up in the blue corner, Vasupol Tiraposin from Black Phoenix MMA. His opponent in the red corner, 𝗙𝗚𝗚 Brown from London 𝗙𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 heavyweights and somebody from Thailand. Tiraposin here brings an excellent Muay Thai pedigree to the cage.
Yeah, and he starts off with just a nasty outside leg kick, but a very nice double leg by Kyle Brown to get inside. That kind of alleviates all that Muay Thai.
Yeah, excellent timing, changes levels, looking to pull the hips away here. Sticking on the double switches to the single.
Good
nice hit outside.
dump.
Kyle trying to manipulate his way to the full mount position here. Once he secures that left leg across the body, potentially might be looking to secure the head and arm triangle.
Tiraposin trying to stay as close to the cage as possible. Maybe try to get that mount, not possible. He blocks any shot at a arm triangle by being that close to the cage.
Brown now in full mount. He's got to get his posture to the sky if he wants to rain down those heavyweight blows. Oh, heavy hammer fist here now from Brown.
Tiraposin trying to use the cage to try to maybe bump him off, create a bit of space to be able to shrimp out. I mean, when it's heavyweights, it's a whole different game as far as getting out from underneath when it's mount. I mean, it's just...
Yeah, it's intently difficult, as well as the strikes being a lot harder from the heavyweights. So often, there's the head and arm.
Yeah, and it's in. What he wants to do is reach all the way down and grab his own bicep.
It's a decent squeeze here. Looks like the arm's not fully engaged into the neck. The left arm, in this case, of Tiraposin needs to be...
Now, this is more of a squeeze at this point.
You can see there he puts the fingers up to the referee. The OK sign, not the middle finger. Nice work from Tiraposin just to weather the storm, but it wasn't the arm engaged into his neck.
And that's why I said I always go nice and deep. I grab my own bicep because that forces your head down and it forces that arm across the throat. But again, he's back, ended up in mount. He's got to look to grab a hold of one of the arms and look to bridge and sweep. The biggest thing is just getting that heavyweight body in motion on top. You can start to get it tilted off to one side. All you got to do is bridge and elevate, and you'll be able to get, you'll end up in guard, but it's better than that.
Some heavy hammer fists here, like Donkey Kong from that top position from Brown.
And Tiraposin is throwing his own haymakers up from bottom.
Tiraposin here, gonna run out of time. But coming into the second now, he's gonna have the game plan. If there ever was a question from Kyle Brown, is to take this one down. So what's he gonna do here as a Tiraposin to stay away from this takedown?
Now, under any circumstance other than this one right here, I would say don't throw a single kick. But it's heavyweights and it's Muay Thai. I say step out to the side, low calf kick, followed by check left hook, and then just start to work stand up. You don't want to throw anything to where it can be caught though. Now Kyle Brown needs to weather the storm like he did at the beginning of the first and just get in on that body lock and look to move towards mount again. If he's able to get mount, he's got to get that head closer to the mat when he's trying that arm triangle and go as deep as he can with that arm.
We get set for round two. Heavyweight action here for FIGHTSTAR Championship 28. Tiraposin in the blue corner and Brown in the red.
Calf kick.
Brown having success with that overhand right though.
And again, Brown's able to get in on that double leg. Oh. Nice elevation to pull him away from the mat. Using that heel to try to get back to full guard. That heel does two things. It blocks mount, but it also creates some space. Good job by Kyle Brown to go all the way around. He's now got far side control, moves right into mount again.
Textbook jiu-jitsu from mixed martial arts here from Kyle Brown. Up against the cage here, can use that to his advantage to pin the head where he wants it, to utilize the ground and pound from that top position.
And I'm wondering if Kyle Brown's going to go for that arm triangle choke again, or if he's going to look to try to just posture up here and rain down some hammer fists. There is a bit of damage already showing on Tiraposin's left eye, just underneath it. I mean, Kyle Brown's got a minute and a half to work here on top.
And the more he's here as well, it's going to further sap the cardio of Tiraposin in that bottom position. As of yet, though, he hasn't tried to use the cage to get back to his feet.
Now, he's had his back basically flat on the mat the entire time. Reaching up, trying to block punches, control kind of the head, frame it out.
Brown doing the damage with the hammer fist, trying to negotiate the hands free.
And what Brown's doing with his legs is every time Tiraposin tries to move to use that cage to wall walk up, he moves his hips either left or right.
Referee asking Brown to keep busy. That should prompt Tiraposin to hold on here. If the referee's asking for some, oh, he comes out the back door, nice work. But immediately see Brown renegotiates that top position.
And he's going to switch right back over into mount again because there's nothing that's going to stop him from doing it.
Tiraposin here just seems like it doesn't have much of an answer in this bottom position. He's trying to get back to guard here.
I mean, he's blocking like he doesn't want to get mounted again, which is fine, but that doesn't get him off of his back. Now big knee on belly.
Head and arm triangle. Third and final round here between Tiraposin and Brown. Tiraposin in the blue corner, Brown in the red. So far, Tiraposin not able to keep Brown away from the takedown. And it comes to case here if Tiraposin just, I mean, going for broke here. If he's going to get taken down, he might as well do it swinging.
And you start looking for uppercuts. I mean, you know he's going to shoot, so go low with your punches straight from your hips.
In on the single, switches to the double. Gonna look to pick the ankle potentially here. It's Brown. Oh, definitive hammer fist from that top position there from Tiraposin. Brown's response is to hide the head in the single. That was beautiful work.
Well, that's because those punches did cause damage. Tiraposin's got to look to stay on his feet. Oh, Brown's gassed. That was a deep breath when he stood up.
Tiraposin come forward with the right hand. He's got to be careful about overcommitting though. Brown goes down to chase the legs. Tiraposin with a head kick. Huge punches here, Nick.
And Tiraposin can see exactly how tired Brown is.
The crowd are on their feet here, the Crystal Palace Arena. It gets the takedown, this worthy attempt there from Brown. Tiraposin's got to recognize here with Brown, he's got to get back to his feet, get the separation, and try and utilize the strikes.
I actually like the amount of fire right now Tiraposin is showing. This is the first time he's got taken down that he's attempting to stand back up.
I think the advice from the corner of Tiraposin was, this is the last round, you've got to try and take this fight, and he certainly did chase after it, especially seeing that Brown was potentially fatigued. Heavy body shots.
Brown had taken a huge deep breath before that last exchange. And he's doing a good job of going back to the basics. If you're tired, if you're hurt, take the guy down, get on top and control. And he's done exactly that. He's got great knee on belly position now. Just got to look to posture up, try to finish the next minute out with punches.
Could have went to see it from Brown, the tactics of the game. You could argue the fact that he's potentially 2 rounds up. So what he's got to do here is just to control. 50 seconds left on the clock here in round 3. Got to try and disallow this stand-up here. If Tiraposin can get the space, he looks for the swing there, but gives up the level change again to Brown.
And Tiraposin just took a huge deep breath as he was looking down, trying to figure out how he's going to get out of it. And great heart shown by Brown, because we know he was tired. And he's just fought through that tire and just gotten into dominant wrestling positions.
For Brown here, I would imagine he's going to stay in this guard, keep the arms safe, maybe throw in some body shots for good measure.
I mean, it's 10 seconds left. And he's continuing to try to work, though. He's just passing guard, so that's good.
Well, there was a burst of energy from Tiraposin at the end of the fight there in the 3rd round. Take a look at the replay here, Nick.
And here he comes back. And you can see he's circling off. He wasn't giving his back up. He was able to stop this takedown, get back to his feet, and right here is where that deep breath comes. So you watch Brown take that deep breath.
And gentlemen, after 3 heavyweight rounds of action, we go to the cage side judges. 29-28, 29-27, and 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision. In the red corner, 𝗙𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗚𝗏 Brown. And your terrific runner-up, Vasupol Tiraposin.